out to be a SOS for the Titans. First half, boy, oh boy, the Titans got into some trouble there. They couldn't get the offense going, couldn't get the running game going. Uh, had a turnover from Derrick Henry. Defense could not stop anybody. They the Browns didn't even punt in the first half. Imagine that. Field goal and all touchdowns in the first half. They put up 38 points first half. They didn't score, but 3 points in the second half. Why am I so close to the screen? It's because I feel like it, Rick. But hey, I'll work on that. But as far as for those that don't know, I'm answering a comment from Rick Merritt on the Haps app. If you have not download the Haps app, you can get everything from politics to sports, art, music. You have a lot of live verified journalists here. Definitely check it out, download it, subscribe. Hey, donate. Give me a free cup of coffee or something. I'm kidding. Be like spice cider or something of that nature. I don't drink coffee. But yeah, as far as that, again, Titans go down 41-35. Really was not even that close. It was 38-7 at halftime, and it was over pretty much from there. I mean, Titans didn't even score to the second to the second half. So, it is what it is. As far as the offense, I mean, they couldn't really get the running game going. The first drive really showed me something. They were down, it was 3rd and 1, and they run a play to throw it to the tight end, to excuse me, to an extra offensive lineman. Didn't understand that one. Then you come back on 4th down and you run it with Henry, you don't get it. Why not run it both plays? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, why not give it to your best player on offense 2 times in a row? Just didn't make any sense to me. But hey, it is what it is. That's why I'm not an offensive coordinator in the NFL, but I do have to question that call from Mr. Arthur Smith. Defensively, couldn't stop anybody on 3rd down, and I promise it looked like Aaron Rodgers was wearing a Cleveland Browns uniform today. Boy, oh boy, he was in his bag. I was surprised he didn't talk a bunch of trash. Hey, thanks, Rick. Thanks. I need that gift. Thank you. As far as the Titans and defensively, they were who they've been. uh, Honestly, they couldn't really stop the run because Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb were just getting anything they really wanted in the run game. Passing game, you saw 75-yard touchdown, and you also saw a nice fade pattern that got completed on Mr. Breon Borders. Now, he played great last week, minus one play versus T.Y. Hilton against the Colts. But this week, they went at him, and they surely got him twice for big plays. One, of course, a fade pattern. The other kind of fooled him. 75-yard touchdown, untouched by the Browns wide receiver. Also, another touchdown pass earlier with Jarvis Landry, that one was, it looked like he, a lot on CBS. I saw where they zoned in on Kevin Byard, saying that was Kevin Byard's man. But if you look at it from the widescreen version, it was actually Malcolm Butler's man. Malcolm Butler zigged right when he should have zagged left, and that's where Jarvis Landry got wide open. So that was one thing I did notice about the actual coverage they were giving of the game. That wasn't Kevin Byard's fault that play. That was Malcolm Butler's fault that play because there was nobody else out there and they were in man situation. So yeah, definitely wasn't a great play by him. But hey, there's a lot of bad play to go around. The Titans just they couldn't get stops when they needed them in the first half. Second half, they played better, but still just could not get all the way going. They got a little momentum going, but just when Baker Mayfield completed a couple 3rd down completions, like as usual versus the Titans, that kind of killed all that momentum. Even though the score was 41-35, the game was nowhere near that close at all. You didn't get any production from the tight end position today as much. You got Michael Pruitt. He caught a touchdown pass, but as far as that, you didn't really have that dynamic play. You also with Adam Humphries was back today. He had a chance to make a play to make the game even closer. Instead, he double catches the ball. For those who don't know what double catching is, it's basically where you catch the ball, but you kind of fumble it a little bit and you try to catch it again. He tried to double catch the ball, got hit, and Cleveland intercepts it, and that killed all the momentum in that play or that drive, which could have got the Titans closer. You never know what could have happened if that changed. But big story today, Derrick Henry, 15 carries, 60 yards. Well, with that big lead the Browns got earlier in the game, that took him effectively out of the game plan. Not to say that the Titans can't pass the football, but they're better when they're balanced offensively and able to use that run to set up the pass. They weren't able to do so. So basically, he had to sit back there and throw the football out. He threw for 389 yards. Ryan Tannehill did 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. So he had a good game numbers wise, but he was under pressure a lot all game. And amazingly, the pressure wasn't from Miles Garrett. The guy that was coming back this week. Off the COVID list, he had been pretty sick during the time. Had all the symptoms, and he actually you really didn't call his name very much this game. It was all the other guys that were playing today that made things happen, which tells you a lot about this Cleveland Browns defense. They are better and they are actually solid. I mean, people, you got to give them respect defensively. They're playing good ball. What's going on, Brian? What's going on, man? I'm talking about this Titans loss that happened here. Boy, oh boy, the Cleveland Browns showed up today, and so did Baker Mayfield. Like I said earlier, the Titans defense made them look like they were like made Baker Mayfield look like he was Aaron Rodgers back there because he was wheeling and dealing and styling and profiling. Word to Ric Flair. But yeah, he was definitely doing this thing. Uh, Browns are better without LBJ. I can't necessarily say that, but it is what it is. It's easy to come to that deduction. I thought the Titans would come back, but like you said, can't spot them that much. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Titans are not a comeback team from that far away. And maybe you do 14, maybe 17 points, but 31, boy, oh boy. For those who don't know, I'm talking to Brian Waters. He's actually commenting on the Haps app. Go ahead, download that app. Follow Brian Waters. He's actually a Ravens guy. He talks about the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson will be back this week. Then also does some a little NBA talk and also wrestling. And last, just to give you all a little bit, he talked about my guy Sting. For those that don't know, I'm a big Sting fan in terms of wrestling. Wish he was still wrestling. Wish he would have got his due, but hey, it is what it is. Ravens see they should have put more points. Yeah, yeah. Well, they got the Cowboys this week, so they got a chance to put up a lot of points. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, no problem, Brian. No problem. Brian also is on the Haps app. So if you would go download the app, follow me, follow Brian, follow Ashley Baker, who is as I like to call her, she is the hot take queen. She talks NBA and NFL. And you also have Daniel Artest, who he's definitely going to be uh, giving everybody the NBA business. Oh, he's on the. Let's see. Oh, this Wednesday will be on TV. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that. Yeah, so Sting gonna be on TV this week. So I've gotten way off topic, but yeah, let's get back to the Titans football. For the Titans, the Colts won today in Houston, so they've got both the exact same record again. So there we go. The Titans and the Colts. They're going to be racing to the finish line. The best thing about the Titans, though, they only have to face the tough team they have to face down the finish of the season is Green Bay. Other than that, they got a pretty easy schedule down the stretch. But of course, that doesn't mean anything because any given week, anybody can win in the NFL. So There you have it. Said I got a question. I gotta avoid that question. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I got a question that said, "Who's the hottest NFL player?" I'm like, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Titans will go to the playoffs with momentum. They better, because if they don't go to with momentum, they'll be coming back home. And of course, people will be talking about how Mike Vrabel needs to go, and this another. Oh, which means another point for me. Mike Vrabel does not need to be the defensive coordinator. He was not a good defensive coordinator with the the Houston Texans. He got this job, and he should have hired a defensive coordinator, but instead he took on more responsibility. Just be the head coach. No, do not be the Titans defensive coordinator. Just to give you a prime example, and it was pointed out to me from Cortland Griffin. He pointed this out to me, which is another writer friend of mine that we both write together on the 3 point conversion, which is the number 3 pointconversion.com. But anyway, he pointed out to me that he's got Kevin Byard playing man to man defense for the Titans, which if anyone has watched the Titans and known Kevin Byard over the years, he is a guy that is a center fielder that goes and makes plays. He's not a guy that's a man to man defender. Never really has been a great man to man defender. He's always been a guy that's a sniper back there. Now you've got him playing out of something he's not even comfortable with, which tells me why he doesn't need to be the defense coordinator. There's other things, but that's one of them. So just to give, I will say this though, second half of the game, the Titans did. They only gave up 3 points, but at that point, the Browns probably trying to run the game, run the clock out and everything anyway. So you know, just have to be better throughout the entire game. Offensively, couldn't get the run game going. Kind of, I don't know necessarily if it was more of them trying to fight back from behind or just couldn't get the run game going. But Cleveland Browns played some good ball up front. You got to give it up for their front four. They did work today. Sheldon Richardson, he did work today. For those who don't remember that name, just look around the NFL and see the places he's been and see the effect he's had. And he's definitely having an effect in Cleveland. As far as their secondary played solid today. However, they did let Corey Davis he got 182 yards receiving today, by the way. So AJ Brown and Corey Davis, that is an up and coming receiver duo. Of course, Corey Davis is a free agent this offseason. Uh, it would be smart for them to keep him. I probably wouldn't have said that before the season, but he is playing consistently and solid every single game out. So we'll see what happens. But Titans again go down 41-35. They fall to 8-4. And they've got some work to do. They've got to finish the season strong. They've got to go out there and do what they need to do. Because if they don't, any given Sunday could find them falling out of the playoffs. And that's not something they want to do. They want to finish what they started last year. But, one thing I have to say about the Cleveland Browns, you have to take them seriously. Like I posted an article this week talking about the two headed monster in the backfield they have, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. And there were some Titans fans that were blowing the Cleveland Browns off, saying but they're still the Cleveland Browns and they can do this and they can do that. Well, you saw today they aren't the same Cleveland Browns. You better start taking them seriously because I mean honestly they are a threat in the AFC. No matter how much everyone wants to clown their history or anything like that, they are a threat in the AFC. And, as far fetched as some people may think it may be, they could potentially represent the Super Bowl for the AFC. Yeah, I said it. I hope Ashley Baker is listening because she predicted I think she predicted them going to the playoffs this year or being as good as they've been this year. But yes, Ashley Baker, if you're listening, yes, I said the Cleveland Browns could be a Super Bowl contender this year. Yes, they could be. I mean, they're solid. They're solid. I mean, I can't you can't deny the talent they have all over the field at running back, at wide receiver, tight end. They got Austin Hooper this all season. I mean, they're just talented all the way through their team. And I mean, you just can't You can't discount them. The only key to their team is Baker Mayfield. When Baker Mayfield plays this way, yeah, they're a pretty tough team to beat. I mean, 4 touchdown passes. The only blemish was that fumble on the quarterback sneak, which that just cannot happen. But you know, other than that, he had a great game. He definitely had a great game. If they get that type of play from him the rest of the season, they're going to be a very tough team to beat. Not turning the ball over, making the throws need to be made, the running game working. Yes, they will be a tough team. They can keep those things up. But again, let's get back to the Titans. They need to rediscover the running game. 15 carries for 60 yards. That's never going to win a game for the Titans. Not very many, I should say. Uh, Play action pass was working. Defense got to get it together. No pressure on Baker Mayfield all game long. Now, people may say that Mr. David Clowney, but it wasn't necessarily like he was getting pressure either all the time. And just Harold Landry was not. It was. I don't remember his name being called very much today. So that's something that has to change. Javion Clowney's not coming back this season anyway. He's out for the rest of the year after knee surgery. So there it is what it is. The two key free agents to bring pressure on the quarterback. Vic Beasley Jr. got cut a while ago, and now we have Jadeveon Clowney out for the season. Titans 8-4. Hey, got to get ready. Got to get. Hopefully, Jonnu Smith is back next week. They missed him today. But yeah, they definitely got taken to the woodshed. And I will say this: Bill Cowher on CBS today said about them reading their press clippings. Well, maybe they did. Well, if they're reading the press clippings come Monday, I hope they read them too. It's been Mike Patton. I'm a writer on the 3 point conversion. The number 3 point conversion.com. You can check out my writing as well as guys like Cortland Griffin and Ab Stanley and others that talking NFL, NBA, stuff like that as well. Also, you can oh, you're welcome. And then somebody said, "Bro, thanks." I was like, "Hey, you're welcome." But and you can also follow me on Twitter, which is Mike Patton 82. That's Mike Patton. That's Patton 82. As plenty of people saw, I live tweeted during the game, and also, of course, bring you the coverage afterwards, and of course, going to bring you an article during the week. Look forward to it. You all have a great rest of your Sunday and enjoy your minutes.